Yes, you have read the title correctly. Yes, you have read the challenge correctly. And no, round 119 range bug steals don't exist. Wait, what? So we're embarking on a grand adventure to get every single pop from round 6 to 114 chimps using the Sentry Champion. But don't worry, we have friends to help us out with. Like Geraldo to provide us camera detection early on. Like, I don't know, the Glue Storm and Relentless Bug so we can slow down MOABs and apply more damage to balloons in general using the Glue Strike / Storm aspect. And we have another engineer which is going to be the Ultra Boost to give ourselves more means of sentry production. So what I meant by round 119, that is actually no joke whatsoever. If you don't do this correctly, then round 119 is going to provide a range bug where, regardless of Geraldo and your overclockers behind this log, they just somehow are able to target the second bad that appears on that round. It's just such BS, Ninja Kiwi, that you enable this feature to be in the game, where sometimes a target can otherwise be targeted when it would otherwise be impossible to be targeted because of a range bug that appears outside of the line of sight being blocked by this log here. So round 10 is going very well, no escapees right there. Round 11, perhaps I should go on strong for a little bit and then go back to first once I get too close to the exit of the track. But not at the moment. Sentry guns online. Here's some faster engineering so that we can increase the number of sentries that we can place down onto the track. We can also do this with the jungle drums, with call to arms, with homeland defense, with overclock, with ultra boost. You get the idea. It's just going to be a gigantic load of mosquitoes which are going to be delivering so much chip damage that all of them are going to pop all of the balloons. Sprockets online. Because who's going to say no to more sentry gun and engineer attack speed? Normally for round 24 we would be using a stack of old nails, but because of the fact that this is an all pops challenge, we need to put the invisibility potion onto our engineer monkey here so that it can pop camos, both round 24 and round 33. What's really important is to get Sentry Expert before round 28 so we can deploy these boom sentries, which will enable us to pop lead balloons. Lead balloons to be exterminated by the boom sentries. Ha ha ha. Our first village of the day, and we're going to put them down here just so that the Sentry Expert doesn't spawn any sentries down here whatsoever, because they're going to be mostly pointless down here, because they're only going to be useful for this little part of the track here, here, and otherwise going up and up here. But if a sentries are deployed here, 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 and over here, they're going to provide much more coverage of the track. We're going to upgrade this to Monkey Commerce, put down a second village, and we're going to put it right next to the other village in the hopes that we can cover as much of this space down here as possible so that no sentries can actually deploy down there. Just like so. We've got enough for another invisibility potion, which is going to be glorious because we won't be able to get the radar scanner for this round. Put down another invisibility potion. We would be able to do so if we just went to radar scanner rather than going with monkey commerce for 2 of these villages. But I'm thinking about the long term here. Can I save a little bit of money when it comes to our, well, the extra radar scanners for... Not there. The extra radar scanners for one, but also the MIB factor just makes them just a tad bit cheaper. And if you have multiple monkey commerces, then the discounts will stack up. But I want this one to be our radar scanner, so that then this is affected by the radar scanner permanently. There we go. We have 2 icons, the temporary and the permanent. This one's going to be the jungle drums. Let's get some larger surface area and deconstruction so we can do bonus damage against the MOAB. Here we go, lovely. Although what's weird about exiting and re-entering the game is that if you have invisibility potion applied to the sentry, Sentry Engineer Monkey here, sorry. It also applies with little icons over the sentries themselves, including freshly spawned ones, which is rather bizarre because they either, well, this should be a thing anyways, or it is a bug. It's never a Ninja Kiwi update if there is not a bug in the game that is new or newly discovered. Maybe there are some bugs in this game which are not intentionally meant to be there since the debut of it. Preparing our overclock here, and we're going to put the foam over here, so that we're not popping any leads by accident. Speaking of which, there are some leads there. Do we have enough pierce for around 49 now? That is the question. Or do we need Jerry's Fire on the Sentry Expert itself? Now, it looks like we've gone through the most difficult part of the round now, so that's going to be a negative. Round 50, MOAB, pop it just like that. Oh, I missed out on our overclock upgrade there, for goodness sakes. Let's spawn more of them out, please. I pressed 2 by accident, which is why it didn't occur immediately. When gun is not enough to solve a problem, the solution to that problem is even more gun. Jumps forward a bit there. We are now facing our first BFB of the day here. BFB, meet my laser, our energy sentries. Get it right, although they do project the laser kind of damage. And there goes all of the balloons for round 60. Do we have any pops here? No. Do we have any pops here? No. Don't get any pops, you two. Hello. Really? A single blue balloon? Something tells me that blue balloon was a load of horse fortified MOABs. No more escapees, please. Thank you very much. And there goes everything on round 62. Now round 63. A bunch of ceramics just to make our days a little bit better. I mean miserable, I mean interesting. Gonna save up to Sentry Champion now, which is 4k away. I mean 7k away. I don't know why I thought that we have 30,000. Let's just say we're 4k away when we actually don't. And more BS is occurring. You know what? I don't want to do this, but I have no choice. It's time for a little bit of Jerry's Fire here so that we can get up to the point where we can buy the Sentry Champion. When applying Jerry's Fire to your Sentry Expert Engineer, just be sure to not accidentally put it onto one of these sentries because, well, the Jerry's Fire is not going to last that long, let's just say that. When the sentry disappears, so does the Jerry's Fire. We're going to get the Sentry Champion on round 69. We're now saving up over 77,000 monkey months for our beloved Ultra Boost upgrade over here. Those permanent boost stacks? The amount of sentries that we're gonna spawn with just the Ultra Boost, it's gonna be so delicious and explodey. Round 76 upcoming. All of these regrow ceramics annihilated. Still no pops and still no pops. By the way, don't steal pops. Round 78 now. 2 waves of clumped up ceramics. What are we gonna do? That, just like that. Purple balloons can only be popped by our engineer here, which means our plasmas have a bit of blockage when it comes to their pierce. Because if you didn't know, if you can't pop a target, your pierce is literally reduced to 0. We are 3/8 of the way, towards the Ultra Boost. There goes round 80. Now, when it comes to these Champion Sentries, each one doesn't do a huge, even though this looks like a huge amount of damage. And when it comes to 23 million pops and more, each one doesn't look like it's doing a huge amount. But remember, when you have 20 of them or so, they do a huge amount of damage all combined. Why are you on strong? You should be on first. Actually, that was probably why I lost to that blue balloon earlier, because of the fact that we had it on strong rather than first. Hope you all having a lovely day where you are, regardless of what it is that you are doing. Hope you're having a happy day, and if it's not happy, then make sure to know that there's always going to be rougher days and brighter days ahead of you. But as long as you're still here in the land of the living, even if that not means mentally in the land of the living, but physically in the land of the living, then your life mustn't be hugely bad. Not BAD bad, but just bad. Anyways, I think for a while this is going to be my last video on the Sentry Champion, because we've done a few videos on this character already, but it's just such a blast to have this tower on the field. There goes round 90, now round 91, a huge amount of fortified ceramics here. May looks like we're struggling a little bit, but don't you worry, we will soon have access to even more sentry production rate. And also attack speed for the engineer itself. Round 93, a bunch of DDTs here, and just like round 90, they just went away very easily. Do you sense that? It's nearly time. It is now time for the Ultra Boost upgrade. Doing this now means long term we will have a better payoff, but short term obviously it'll be better to get like MIB and Call to Arms and Homeland Defense. All three of those combined is cheaper than Ultra Boost, but I love Ultra Boost. Never ever question the power of Ultra Boost, okay? Now, we're going to get ourselves the MIB at some point, because there's going to be a few rounds in the hundreds where it will consist of purples. Oh, here we go. MIB up and at it. Also, the engineer itself can now damage DDTs. Round 97, Fortified ZOMGs. Luckily, we can do bonus damage to Fortified Bloons and MOAB Bloons. Do they stack on top of one another if they're both? I like to think that they do, but we may never know. Round 98, the biggest round in a normal game of chimps, but in this case, it's one of the smaller ones, but still up there when it comes to the kind of rounds that we have. It's definitely in the top 50% of difficulty, you know, not half easy, not half hard, mainly not half easy actually. Times 10 Ultra Boost applied. Round 98 has been quashed, just like that. Okay, Call to Arms is now here, and Geraldo's shop is now complete. Will we be getting anything? That is going to be a no. We will get Invisibility Potion at some point, but not right now. So, let's now use Call to Arms. Even more attack speed. And also Pierce as well, which is very handy for this scenario. Pierce is key. Now, let's look at this bad here. Geraldo and the Ultra Boost engineer here did not target them. It was close enough to where they can actually try and pop them, but they were not popping them. So it should not be the case when you have multiple bads together. But this game is going to give us a load of horse done. Call to Armless, round 102. Let's just use Ultra Boost. I love the fact that Ninja Kiwi is giving this much more length when it comes to each Ultra Boost usage with the overclock aspect, because otherwise we're going to get ourselves a lot of issues in this scenario here. Okay, the Pierce service is becoming overwhelming. We need Call to Arms for the extra attack speed and Pierce. Which one's more important? I think both of them are important for their own reasons, both increase in attack speed and increase in Pierce, but there's not that many ways to increase your Pierce, whereas there's a lot of ways to increase your attack speed. We're saving up for Homeland Defense now. Oh, some of them making their way very close to the end of a track here. Let's apply both of those, thank you. Yeah, that extra Pierce is so vital. And look at all of these clumped up BFBs. That's going to be very challenging. So many DDTs, all of them quashed to the afterlife. Call to Arms. Increase that Pierce. Increase that penetration into the balloons and shells with your projectiles. So much slaughter. Tens of thousands of pops every second under Ultra Boost and Call to Arms. Who needs a huge amount of firepower per sentry when you have 20s of them doing all the same thing? more call to arms, please, because these ZOMGs are getting a little bit worrisome. Go for this round? We can. Ooh, the Pierce here might be a little bit worrisome here. Look at all the ZOMGs we have here. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, Homeland Defense, we can afford you. Look at all of that delicious attack speed and production rate of sentries. This is so glorious. We want an additional call to arms at some point, but now I'm going to think about glue gunners. So we're going to get primary mentoring to increase the attack range, but also for the factor that, well, we won't need to. Actually, we'll make them just a little bit cheaper with both the tier 4 of primary mentoring, and then there's also the monkey commerce side of things. So it makes them just a tad bit cheaper. Then again, they're glue gunners, so whether you're saving them or not is highly doubtful. So I'm going to place you in range of the wonderful thing over here. We're going to put you over there. You're not going to have innate camo detection, though. We're going to give you an invisibility potion at some point, but not right now. Ooh, there's so many ceramics, but we have so many Sentry Champion Sentries on board. Clear up round 111, now round 112. You all meet the same fate as the others. This one doesn't really matter. This is mainly used for its ability case. Oh, glue hose was 1700 on gyms. Crikey, that's pretty cool. That's pretty nice. Pretty good glue strike. And then after that, glue storm. Not worried about the DDTs at this given point in time when it comes to slowing them down with MOAB glue. It's not needed, just because they're all being completely kaputted by our champion sentries here. Oh my god, they've gone into the meat grinder here with this. Look at all those ZOMGs that spawn into that old tunnel. And they just get almost instantaneously vaporized. Production speed, this is where we are at in this scenario. Now, can we get through this round without needing to use Homeland Defense? That is a question, but I'd like to say yes, but we will find out in due course. I believe we've only got one chance at this. So we're going to turn auto start off. We're going to use Homeland Defense, obviously. We're going to put you on strong, and I hope you lay out some freshly spawned ones, just like that. And then what we're going to do is, Rejuve Potion is going to be the way forward here. So let's do this. So we've got you on strong. We've got Homeland Defense currently active. When this expires, when the Homeland Defense aspect expires, sorry, we are going to lay down a fresh Homeland Defense by using the Rejuve Potion. Okay, that's expired. Let's just use that. Let's get that back up and running. We're going to ignore the ignore the Ultra Boost since we've freshly used one. Okay, that's doing well so far. Okay, yeah, the indicator is this little icon down here, actually, for the effects there. Yeah, we've got this in the bag. That's brilliant. That's fantastic. Only needed one Rejuve Potion there, and Geraldo and our Ultra Boost friend here has not made a dent. Let's see. What about this one, though? Nope. No pop stolen. That's fantastic. I can't believe how pleased I am. Why that? If any of you are fans of Pokemon, then are you excited for the announcement of Pokemon Legends Z-A? As in the the other game we never got when Kalos was a thing. What the hell's happened there? Wait, because we exit out of the game because of a game over, it means that any overclock aspect you have laid down just automatically disappears. Another bug in the game, Ninja Kiwi, that needs to be fixed. Okay, Monkey Intelligence Bruyel with the second one, which we're going to get to call to arms. Homeland Defense up for Wazzles. Apply the Ultra Boost just in case the other one was about to run out. And we are there. we just got to get through these next few rounds. Round 138 is usually a big thorn in this challenge, but with so many Champion Sentries, it's not going to be an issue whatsoever. If we don't know what round 138 is, it basically feels like hundreds of DDTs. More DDTs to the slaughter. Just look at them all go up there and being completely wiped out by the Sentry Champion and his not so little actually, underlings. We're going to get ourselves our second quarter arms here. Now, if the DDTs give us enough money because of the money rate deterioration later on, we need that quarter arms actually because of that little threat there. Not having enough pierce is sometimes really annoying. No DDTs, we do not accept returns. Returns as in you getting to the other side of a track in one piece, or anything that is inside you. Crawling around in your helium behemouthness. With both Homeland Defense and Quarter Arms, we're able to retain like an 80% amount of at least the Quarter Arms aspect of this entire thing. But we really need a third one to have 100%, but we just don't have the money for it. And as you can tell, I didn't give myself enough villages in order to make a third one happen. I didn't want to make a third one happen because that's kind of out of our budget. When it comes to Pokemon Legends ZA, I hope that the Eterna Flower Floetti gets, well, it's playable finally, because they teased it back in Gen 6. Was it Gen 7? No, I'm not too sure. They teased it all the way back, and it was never a playable Pokemon. And now I hope in Legends ZA it's finally playable. Yes, I like Pokemon. I don't like Game Freak though, but I like Pokemon as a franchise. Just Game Freak is just the most laziest developers ever, because they literally have a monopoly over monster catching and monster hunting games in a way. Okay, maybe monster catching, that's probably the best way to describe Pokemon, is monster catching. Monster hunting is like Monster Hunter or Telkaden from Kyui Tecmo games. Those sort of games where you're literally hunting very tough monsters in a team. But it's like okay, Power World. That has been a brilliant game because it really shows what the Pokemon formula can do when it's put under a set of conditions where it can actually flourish. But with Game Freak, it's like they don't bother. They just want to make the safest product using the laggiest kind of systems in place, because the Switch itself is not the best hardware, but there are other games which have far higher graphical details on it that can play so well on the Switch. It's not a hardware thing. It's down to Game Freak's poor optimization. Like, they can't make a game that doesn't run like a stop motion animation. So yeah, that's my little rant of the day there, and that is about Game Freak in general, just because they kind of did a good thing with Legends Arceus, but it's like they didn't innovate enough with it. They needed to do a bit more from there. Found 137, a bunch of clumped up MOAB class Bloons here. Something that we can deal with. Oh, I hope I haven't shot myself in the foot by not having Homeland Defense ready for round 138. No, there's enough balloons on the screen. That's not going to be a worry whatsoever. So I'm going to need you with that, and I'm going to put you with that as well. And then you with that, because why not? Who's going to say no to some Jerry's fire, especially at this point of the game, where obviously our Champion Sentries are not doing enough damage. By the way, I'm just kidding. Come on, Gluestorm, run. There we go. Homeland Defense, baby. This is usually a round which is a huge struggle and you need to strategize very well, but just so many Champion Sentries. I know I've said this so many times, but just look at the carnage that they are inflicting upon the Bloons here. For this round, we're just going to use Quarter Arms to increase the number of sentries that are spawned out by the Sentry Champion outside of Ultraverse. This is a Splendor and a half. Just look at that go. Look at them go. Round 140. Can we take home the W? Going up against this Fortified BAD? Obviously we can. We're going to use Rejuve Potion now to instantly recharge the Homeland Defense. It's all about Homeland Defense. And because these two are on their own, so these two, they don't have clumped up BADs together. So therefore they won't. Oh my god, look at the bandage. It's not even halfway through the track and look where the bandage has spawned there. Like, I know it spawns on the tail, but it's like that point in time in the map. Now that's just brilliant right there. Use another one of those. Just completely annihilate them all. And it seems like those ZOMGs didn't increase the... oh my god, we're slowed down. Look at the razor plasma we're inflicting. Brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant. Okay, we've got nearly 20k left, so we're going to put down a Rejuve Potion. I don't know why, but we're going to... hopefully that doesn't kick me in the ass. Hopefully you don't chuck them back up north. And there we go. That, folks, is all pops round 140 with the Sentry Champion. Ultra Boost and Homeland Defense. Such brilliant support to ensure that we can produce as many Champion Sentries as we possibly can. Just absolutely brilliant. I love this tower, honestly. And with the changes made to Ultra Boost so that each Ultra Boost usage lasts for that much longer with the overclock aspect, brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant. Was the bonus damage to DDTs necessary because we got this? Not usually, but I like to have it nonetheless. I was kind of a little bit concerned because I put down this creepy idol that would chuck them back up here, and for some other reason, sometimes when balloons are chucked back using a creepy idol, they kind of ignore lines of sight physics when it comes to being chucked back. So it's like, perhaps one of these two might steal a pop or two. But this is the All Pops Challenge, and we did it with the Sentry Champion. We've done it with the Pirate Lord, we've done it the Apache Prime, the Gigantosaurus Rex, the Megalodon, and now the Sentry Champion. I'm wondering... I don't think no, we haven't done this with Flying Fortress because you can't spawn an ace on round 6. Unless, of course, you change the amount of starting money that we have. Thank you all so much for watching, everyone. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Then please be sure to give the video a like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I repeated myself a lot throughout this episode, but it's like, it was just so good just seeing the number of Champion Sentries spawned onto the field. If you have the correct support down, you can accomplish greatness. And that's what we did today. Alongside my Tales of Sentry Champion and Ultra Boost 2 TCs, which is another set of suffering in and of itself. But this round R140 all pops. Aside round 119 and some hiccups here and there, it's much easier than doing a 2 TC with Sentry Champion and Ultra Boost, honestly. And no, I'm not going to try and pursue a 2TC R140 with Sentry Champion Ultra Boost, because you need Homeland Defense, okay? I'm not masochistic, or however you want to pronounce that word, okay? I don't pursue suffering because I want to suffer. I want to suffer in a way because in a way it's fun, but not for the pure malice of suffering in and of itself. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, everybody.